She was well known across the sea. Cleopatra wigs and shining shoes. It was clear she saw what she did to you. Street corner spotlight lights up the stage where she lives her life. Streetwalker in the spotlight each night, walking on the sharp edge of the knife. Run for the money, walk for the grab, the best you've had. Best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab, the best you've had. Lecherous men all ask her out, to most of them she says no. The paying gent she sticks to most, a wealthy man is a generous host. Street corner spotlight, a delicate shade to enhance skin white. Streetwalker in the spotlight, flesh painted on, skin tight. Run for the money, walk for the grab, the best you've had. Best you've had. Best you've had. Run for the money, walk for the grab, the best you've had. Keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game. She's jumping, she's grabbing, she's keeping up the game. She's backward and forwards, in and out the same. With suit on and shirt on, money makes your name. She's helpless, she's lifeless, but keeping up the game.
G'day, you mob. How's it going? What's going on? And all that stuff. I've been a very, very busy boy today. Lots of driving. Lots of traffic. All the good stuff you want when you're driving. Yeah, and it's hot. It's freaking hot. Which I guess is to be expected and probably overdue based on how cold it's been for the Christmas period here. Very odd indeed. But now it seems the cold has given up and run away, and now we've just got heat. Thank goodness there's a bit of a breeze blowing now. Earlier, no breeze for me. I was very still and hot and sweaty. At least there was air conditioning in the car, but that means every time you get out of the car, you're back into the heat, back into the aircon. So yeah, anyway, I started this first live stream since the New Year thing, what's it happened. So Happy New Year, everyone. For those who I didn't see on Sunday or Saturday night, whatever it was, whenever we did Pam's New Year's Eve one. Oh, that's when it was, New Year's Eve. Righto. Enough of the jokes. It's not funny. Huawei, look at you go. First cab off the rank. Cheers to you as well as your bucket of kudos, mate. And love to you too. James H. Oh, what changed? I feel... Oh, you did. Yeah, kind of just pipped him at the post. And you reckon you got the notification late? You're right there, spot on. BJ Palmer, Happy New Year to you. Give me 1 second. That was an early sinus blocking. Where was I? Huawei's going underwater. BJ's also going underwater. And had the poo scared out of you. Yes, it's an interesting situation when someone who's bearded, as a rule, changes their face a wee bit. But I mean, that was a massive change. I like to do little subtle ones when I change my beard. And people are like, they know something's different about you, but they can't put their finger on it. But yeah, going from full beard to full naked face probably was quite frightful. Sacramento, baby's crying. Vigilum, how are you? Welcome back. Sky Dancer, how are you? And hello and all of that stuff. Who else we got? Kat McKenzie, hello there to you. C23. Whoa! Now there's a name I haven't heard in a few weeks. Mainly because... I suppose I have, because I see your bloody Instagram pics of that treehouse, which is bloody amazing. If you haven't seen the treehouse that C23 and Candy Overalls... did you just build it? Is it in your joint? It's bloody impressive. It's almost like a kit home or something. It's a fantastic looking thing. Where did I get lost at this time? Huawei coming through with the early shout out to Replay Team 6. Oh, I like it. One of the finest mods in the game is Huawei. I don't know if he's still applying for mod jobs, but if you need a mod, he's a bloody good pick, if I do say so myself. Two Dougs, how are you, mates? Welcome. Vinoxky, how the devil are you? False alarm. No, it wasn't. Whoa, that one came up with juices. It's nice. Looks choice. Looks choice. What else we got going on? The breeze is picking up, which is really nice for my sweaty knee pits. It probably is a appropriate term for the back of your knees, but I just call them knee pits. Can't believe no one's made any comment about this stupid thing on my head too. I thought I'd get heaps of curry for that. Yes, why was I so busy today? Because I had to take my son and his girlfriend up to the train station. And I don't know if I've whined about the journey to and from the train station, but there's a massive section of roadworks that bottlenecks a heck of a lot of traffic for about probably nigh on 10 kilometers. So it's a very long, slow drag through about 10 kilometers of road, maybe even longer than 10. So a journey that should only take 37 minutes takes over an hour. And then coming back, the same thing. And because there's new release Lego came out on the 1st of January, I decided to go into Tweed Heads, which is the next, well, it's the first big town you come to if you head north from my place. So I decided to go in and look at the shopping centre, the mall, for new Legos. Well, I didn't find any new ones, so I bought an old one instead. And as I left, well, when I got there, I sent Sarah a message saying that I'm going to pop into Tweed City, have a quick visit there, go into there, do me shopping, come back out, get back in the car, turn the car on, and then check my phone and had a message from Sarah saying that she had just got to Tweed City and had walked into the supermarket to do her grocery shopping. So I turned the car off, I went back in and went and had a couple of little cheeky cuddles in the supermarket and a bit of a chat. And then I left. And I went and got some McDonald's and a cheeky beverage for the road. Not a McDonald's beverage, if you know what I mean. Probably a little bit foolish and silly to do an alcohol beverage for a 30-minute drive, but I did it. Yeah, I think that seems to be the most appropriate name for them, BJ. And then what did I do? Came home, and I had about 45 minutes to set up this nonsense and get ready. By get ready, I mean cut the sleeve off a t-shirt and wrap it around my head because my hair was making my head very sweaty. And I probably could have just done a ponytail and tied it back off my face and my neck, but that seems a wee bit too logical for my capabilities. And home alone. I've been home alone for a few days. Oh, apart from yesterday, my sister came up and we went and got mum and dad there in respite care up at the care facility, giving me a rest. But yeah, we went and picked up mum and dad and had some lunch here with mum and dad and Debbie's daughter Lucy and her kids. That was good. And then took the olds back. I got this one, BJ. Boba Fett's, please note, Boba Fett's Starship. Because they're not allowed to call it by its original name now. Pardon me. Which, may be fine with some, but why change it? Well, I know why. Exactly why. Pardon me. Wow, that one nearly hurt. I mean, there's still slavery in the Star Wars galaxy, so it seems to be an appropriate word. It's not words used in that galaxy far, far away. Are probably, it's irrelevant what they mean here or something. I have a feeling I'm walking out onto a narrowing limb as I try and justify the name or the use thereof. Anyway, what's done is done. Now it's just called Boba Fett's Starship. I bloody made the mistake when I built my black one a few weeks ago. I've run out of places to put them, so I don't know if that one will get built yet. And I've also got, I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but I did a big splurge the other day. and bought a piece that was just over $200. That's Australian money too, so I suppose that's only about 21 American dollars. But the last time I did that with an expensive piece was, well, no, I didn't do it. This is my point. My point is that Fortress Vader, or Darth Vader's castle, I could have got it for, I think it was $189 on sale, probably at Amazon or even maybe through Lego Direct. And I decided not to because I thought that was an awful lot of money to spend on Lego. But I am, like, Darth Vader's my guy. I got lots of Darth Vader stuff. Oh. And I didn't, and now I can't find it anywhere for less than $450 or more. Oh. No, you do not. Shit. I have inadvertently sent my co-hosts the wrong link. I am a bit of a unit, so bear with me. Bear with me while I rectify this situation and get some other people on screen to whatchamacallit, talk, break the ice. Wait, what? No, I haven't. Oh, that is the right. Oh, let's chuck this guy up.
G'day.
G'day. That was weird, Honey Crisp. I didn't have to resend it to Josh.
I don't know what's going on. My messenger
that was the
weird.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was.
What's up?
It's hot.
Zabee!
It's finally hot. We've finally got that awesome hot weather.
ZB. Oh, is it hot out?
Mm.
Why are you being hot?
I guess it was overdue, and it finally decided to show up.
It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna keep on all my clothes.
You're not gonna get buck nude. Buck nude, bro. Why not?
Yeah, well, I had to. When I got home from running around and doing all my things earlier, I certainly had to strip down to my underpants for a little while and let the breeze evaporate the sweats. But I'm sure everyone's more than thankful that I put everything back on.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to yous as well. Hang on.
Hello. Yeah, it got so hot yesterday. I had 2 swims in my pool. I was having a good time.
2 swims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it was pretty warm yesterday too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How hot is it?
My thing says 22 degrees, mostly cloudy.
But you're under a tin roof.
I can see mostly blue sky. One bit of cloud out to the north. Yeah, this is true. My tin roof probably does exaggerate the heat a bit. G'day, ugly man. How's it? But yeah, it's nice because the breeze can actually come through here. So it's worse when it's still, but it's nice and windy. And I did put a fan right there, aiming down too, so it goes between my thighs.
Oh yeah.
And into my knee pits, as previously discussed. So what's been going on? How did we all spend our New Year's?
What's going on? Well,
I went to the brewery, Wandana.
went to the brewery. He's doing some swimming.
Yeah.
You've been doing some swimming with bow-legged women. Is that what you've been up to?
No, my wife's got no bow legs.
Oh,
She's
not?
healthy.
Why not, man?
she doesn't conform to these weird rhymes that people make up.
Yeah.
Why not?
She's a bow-legged non-conformist.
You gotta be in this world. You gotta be a go-getter. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it. You know, whatever it is,
I brought down the big speaker, the big hyper boom, and we listened to the Avatar soundtrack while we went for a swim. It was really nice.
What the hell is a hyper boom? What is that? Like a boom box?
It's like a big Bluetooth speaker that's got a massive battery in it, so it pumps out the sound.
Oh, okay. It's like a boom box. Got it.
Yeah. It's a modern day boombox, yeah.
Modern boombox. Yeah, I have one that's like a job site one.
Yeah.
You know, stick a big ass DeWalt battery on there or whatever, you know.
Nice.
G'day, Vince. G'day, Fishy Mon. I thought I saw
hello.
someone else come in. Well, you'll say hi if I ignored you. Yeah, well, I had a very quiet New Year's Eve because the 30th is my birthday, or was my birthday, I should say. Oh, no, it is. It is every year. My birthday is the same day every year.
Happy birthday.
That space wasn't left for more happy birthdays and whatnot. I've had my fair share, but thank you. Yeah, I got on the magic mushrooms on my birthday, which is somewhat of a tradition and rather a heavy dose, and got to listen to lots of loud music and watch cricket, tripping balls. It was good fun. But of course, then that means that the following day is, you know, not really much of a party day at my age. So I think I made it to midnight, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll just keep listening to music and go and fall asleep. So that was my New Year's Eve.
Doing the old man thing.
Yeah.
I was doing the full-on old man thing. I went up to families, and the kids ran around, and I ate some ice cream, you know.
Nice.
And we
G'day, Chewy.
We came home at I don't know, 9:00. Put the kid to bed, and then, you know, shook our fists at the neighbors for lighting off dynamite and shit all night, you know?
Yeah, there was a bit of that here too. Just as I climbed into bed, there was
like a GD war zone out there. It's fucking yeah.
Did you hear the fireworks from your joint, Josh?
No.
Yeah, they were coming from
got too loud.
Coming from so many different directions. I was saying on Pam's stream the other day that it's amazing how when you have something that's illegal, everyone manages to find it somehow, or those who search it can find it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out of control. It's out of control here. I mean, it's like, it sounds like you're in the middle of a war zone. Like, it really does. I mean, to the point that there's even guns going off, you know. People are firing their pistols into the sky, you know.
Wow.
Do they call them poor man's fireworks?
Yeah, bang, bang.
Some poor people use that as their fireworks, yes. And it's nightmarish and nonsensical and pretty stupid.
Oh, look at all these Capricorns we've got. Chewy and Ugly and Vince. We're all cut from the same cloth, boys. If you're into that kind of thing.
It's pretty annoying. I have to admit, it's full on annoying. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So how do you like my new hat? Do you think it exaggerates my already massive forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just a temporary measure to keep my hair out of my face.
I've got a thing. I'm holding off on getting face tattoos until my parents depart. I don't want to piss them off while they're alive, but yeah, I'm definitely going to get some.
Where are you going to get face tattoos?
Not too sure at this stage, but I'll definitely be getting some. Probably a lightning bolt out of one of my eyes. I think that'd be cool. Or
You're gonna get some
fire.
face tattoos, huh?
Yeah, fire over one eye. That'd be cool. Maybe a third eye. I don't know.
That's quite funny you say that, because I had a Christmas present that I bought for Sarah turn up in the post today. A little bit late for Christmas, but better late than never. But it's maybe something that can do that sort of thing.
Oh,
but I didn't want to spoil it just in case she turns up and gets to find out what it was before she gets to open it.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little tattoo kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did get home and watch the Sydney fireworks. That was cool. I've got it recorded on my TV. I was a bit drunk, so I can rewatch it. But yeah, with the subwoofer on, it was good to hear the thunder.
Cool.
Can you hear the chaos from your house or see anything?
Not from Sydney, no.
Well, not from Sydney, but like just the chaos, right?
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention at midnight. I was at the brewery listening to music. That was pretty cool. Having a dance
at the brew house.
At the brew house, yeah.
We're also we both have considerable enough distance from where the fireworks are going off. If I walked out into my backyard when there was all the banging started after midnight or at midnight, I could probably see some flashes and stuff. But I was in bed by then. I'm old, right. Remember. Don't forget that crucial piece of information.
How's my quality, guys? I since the last stream we got Starlink on, so I got the
much
good
better,
internet.
so much better.
Yeah,
you're like crystal clear. Audio's good.
Cool.
No dropouts or anything like that.
Well, when it changes satellites, there's a bit of a glitchiness that happens when it switches over, but apart from that, it's fucking awesome.
It seems like a good investment.
Definitely was. Yeah, pyro is fun. When I was a teenager, I was an amateur pyrotechnician and used to create my own fireworks, and really wanted to get into that as a profession, but it was the barrier of entry was quite high. I know there's a crew in Sydney who do the fireworks for Sydney Harbour that are pretty amazing, but it's kind of like wrestling, it's a big family, and unless you're in with it, the spots are very limited. But yeah, pyrotechnics there's some philosophy around it being one of the world's greatest arts because of how many different skills it combines.
G'day, Kiwi Mamu. Mamu. Yeah, it's got the little thing on top, so maybe it's Mamu.
Hello. Good afternoon. Fire, yeah.
What is this?
What else?
Somebody's messaging me. What is this? No, I can't deal with that right now. Yeah, well, just out here having a new year, expecting snow whenever randomly. It's kind of warm out today. Yesterday I woke up and my old truck and everything was completely frozen, but then this morning it was not like that. So who knows, man? Just out here living in the it's gonna do whatever it does weather,
Oh, nice.
I just remembered that I had my son from down the road he still had a bunch of my crap in his cupboards where it used to be my room when I lived at that house.
Oh yeah.
And he bought up a bunch of my stuff the other day, and I've just remembered that I've still got Thunderstruck in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is apparently just one that goes boom, I think.
Okay.
But it's so old now, I'm not even sure if it'd function. Do they have a shelf life?
They do. You've got to keep them with some silica gel packs in a sadie bag to draw out any moisture. Because if it gets moist with the ambient humidity, it'll fuck it.
Probably has been then. But you know, I'll give it a light and try it one day. Maybe I should try and dry it out just in case.
Yeah, dry it out. You can get the silica gels out of beef jerky packets. It's an easy source to get them.
I've been eating less beef jerky than what I was. I went through a mad beef jerky stage where I was eating it every other day and probably more.
Yeah.
But I haven't got any for a while. It's probably actually dictated by when beef jerky goes on special in Woolworths when I'll buy it. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen any on special for weeks now, so that's probably what's guiding my lack of eating beef jerky.
Yeah.
My going back, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, my sister made some jerky up, but she called it bantha jerky. Gave me this big bloody sack like this of bantha jerky, which was pretty funny.
Cool.
For those that don't know what a bantha is, it's a Star Wars creature.
It is a Star Wars creature.
Have you seen the picture of a bantha, but it's got Snuffleupagus's face photoshopped into it?
I don't believe I've seen that.
No.
That's a fantastic picture. I'll see if I can dig it out and send it off to you. It's one of those ones that's almost impossible not to giggle at.
Mm-hmm.
Vince says pop it in the microwave.
Nah.
To dry it out.
Nah.
Maybe if I get an old microwave and about 5 or 6 long extension cords and go and put it way out in the paddock.
Oh.
And then
run. Boom. Yeah. Run, Gordon.
That'd be the funniest thing, because out there the grass is quite long and I'd turn around to run and instantly trip over on something. That'd be my luck at my age with my physical condition.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get one of the kids to do it instead. Oh, that's the problem, BJ. I don't know where it is. What if I just Google Bantha Snuffleupagus? Don't even have to type a U.
Yeah.
So I've got myself some Foreverlands.
It's an interesting looking can.
Yeah, gorgeous. Grapefruit IPA. Lovely. They did a one before it called Neverland. Oh, hello. That's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's pretty gold.
Yeah.
Sarah had done me a really nice picture of a bantha too, but I think it was one of the ones that got peed and pooped on by her chooks when she had chooks.
Right.
And I mean, she had a Darth Vader one like that, and I said, I don't mind. I'll take it with the pee and poo on it. But yeah, she was too concerned that it was going to smell foul. Surely the smell would disappear after a while. Oh, did you actually get to see it then, BJ? I didn't leave it up for very long, did I? Probably should save it for future use. Bing, 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 bing. Chewy's having mushrooms. Can't join you in drinking because I'm on antibiotics. I'm not sure if I've ever followed that rule. What's the reason behind it? Does it negate their effectiveness?
Weakens the antibiotics.
Yeah, negates the efficacy.
But does it make the booze better? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it does it?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
It's not good.
No.
Lucky I'm not really on antibiotics much ever. I don't even remember the last time I was on antibiotics. Probably the last time I had a serious wound. Probably when my son tried to cut my toe off with an axe.
Oh.
It was accidental, but it was a funny story.
Accidental.
I didn't even mean that. God, the puns just fall out of my mouth and I don't even realise them. Yeah, we had this pile of wood out the back and the dog was going nuts around it. So there was obviously rodents of some sort in there. So the logical mouse or rat hunting tool is an axe.
Mm-hmm.
So I've given it to my son. Hey, what was he? Probably 12 or 13 at the time. And I said, because we were starting to pull the wood pile and stuff apart. And I said, there's only one rule, is that if a mouse comes out and someone's near to where the mouse is running, don't swing the axe. And, it probably was 20 seconds later and a mouse came out and ran towards my foot. Mm-hmm. And he's just... And, I mean, lucky I was wearing shoes. Unlucky that they were my $360 nursing shoes.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was... Because I was over on my hands and knees. Not on my hands and knees. I was haunching, squatting over, leaning over with my hands on my knees as he's hit. And I just stayed in that position and looked down at my shoe. And there's this gash across the top of my shoe where the axe went through. And then after about a second and a half, blood just started to come and bubbling out the top of the gash in the shoe.
Oh, shit. Big Tank Hank, hello.
Oh, Big Tank Hank, what's up?
G'day, Hank. Or Garrick. Is it Garrick or Jarek? I can never remember if it's a soft or a hard G. Oh, it's Big Tank Hank. He's a hard G. No, not allowed to make gangster jokes anymore. So yeah, that was actually that was that the one? No, that was a different time I sliced my foot open when it was like 2 days before we were going on holidays to the beach. So I had stitches and bandages over my foot and couldn't really do much beach or pool activities.
Mm-hmm.
All these foot injuries just when I didn't need them. But, great stories. They've both got great stories. I'm not telling the story to the other one because it's only available on my OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
I may have told it on Us Stream before, but I probably shouldn't have. I'm leaving everyone in suspense now. What a cliffhanger! We'll just end the stream now on that cliffhanger.
The wild cliffhanger.
It's good stuff. Good fun. As you can see, I still haven't got myself glasses, and I'm really getting close now because I'm struggling to read the chat. Oh, it could be alcohol, though. No, I'm not drunk yet. It's the heat. I swear it's the heat.
You've neglected your taurine uptake, my friend.
How does... Oh, yeah, right. I was going to say, how does taurine affect the heat?
Fix your eyes.
The taurine, I think it dehydrates you, right?
It does, but it improves eye health. Like, all my family need glasses, but I'm both sides, but I'm spectacle free. I can see really well.
Yeah, I've got to keep doing that. There's a couple of medical things like that I should be taking that I just neglect. Mainly probably because, like, I've got your taurine up on top of the fridge, and I've got one of my other ones in on my table in my room, and then another one in the kitchen inside. So potentially I should have all of my supplements and whatnot in one location and do it all at once. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Yeah, sorry, you go, dude.
I got some tequila for New Year's, some Altos. It was delicious. And I was making margaritas, but the other New Year's Day I decided, fuck it, I'm going to have some tequila shots. So I got out the lime and the special spicy salt that came off a bottle of expensive margarita mix, and just got the wedges of lime, sprinkled the salt on the top, and just had shots with the salted lime wedge. Oh my God, so fucking good.
What was the type of tequila?
Altos. It's like a award-winning awesome one, and BWS managed to get some liter bottles in for New Year's, so we had the big bottle. It was awesome. Nice. Yeah.
What's he go for a bottle?
$80.
Yeah, good tequila's worth it though. Spend a little bit extra.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of that cheap tequila is nasty the next day. I mean,
yeah,
all tequila can be nasty. All tequila can be nasty the next day.
You got to do it in moderation. It's not something you just smash. As Emma said that night, this stuff's sacred. We got to, preserve it and have it,
savor it
moderately. Yeah, sipped it. Delicious. I could do with one right now, but it's all gone.
Crikey, what? I don't understand your story, BJ. Bro-in-law said my hubby stabbed him. He has a big scar on his chest, abdomen, all over the trunk. I see your correction. Chasing cancer. Was cancer his pet centipede that was climbing all over his body, and he's going, I'm going to get him. Probably shouldn't make too much light of that in case it was an incredibly malicious event.
Here's one he prepared earlier. I know.
What?
Look at that stash. Holy shit. He's well stocked up.
How can you even see in that? Oh yeah, you can, right. Yeah, I was up at Tweed Heads earlier today, so I went into the one of the bigger bottle shops for cheaper turkey, but it was the same price as BWS anyway. I still got two.
Nice. We're going up there tomorrow and watching the new Avatar.
Oh, yeah, right. You've done the soundtrack already. Now you're doing the movie.
Yeah, we did the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack was the old one.
Oh, right.
From the first one, but still, it was an awesome swim.
Yeah, you guys weren't here before when I was telling my tweed head story, were you? I was because I had to take my son up and his girlfriend up to the train station to go to Brisbane for the next couple of days, and I decided to stop in at Tweed and buy some Lego on the way home.
Oh yeah.
And so when I parked up underneath the shopping centre, I sent Sarah a message saying that I'm stopping in at Tweed for a quick visit, and I didn't get any response. So I went in through Tweed and did my stuff. And then when I finished and got back to the car, started the car, checked my phone, and she was at Tweed City doing grocery shopping.
All right.
So I ducked back up and found her in the Woolworths in Tweed City and gave her a couple of cheeky cuddles and kisses and pissed off.
Okay. So
But
when
yeah,
I tuned in,
what are the odds?
those mentions of Slave One. What was the Lego that you picked up?
Slave One,
Slave One, nice.
except it's not Slave One anymore.
It's Boba Fett's starship. Oh.
Yeah, what's it
Slave
called
One.
now?
Boba
dirty
Fett's
word.
starship.
It's
Yeah.
Oh. Quite the name. Quite the name. Is that what it is? Huh?
Yeah.
And now you know, because
Yeah.
the description lets you know what's going on.
Yeah, true. It's very, very obvious. But I think I have a strange feeling I did read an article where they had given it a new proper name, but maybe that wasn't locked in because otherwise Lego would probably use it. Or maybe that was the type. Might have been the brand, or the make and model of the ship. It might have been changed
Yeah.
or something. I don't remember. Oh, his shirt, yeah. Good thinking. Yeah, I like this. I like this shirt so much. It's the second day I've been wearing it.
Did you turn it inside out?
No,
No.
just for a large man. Fortunately, I'm not that smelly. Oh no, Huawei! What's happened? Disaster has befallen my Sarah shirt. And I assume you're talking about the one that's the same as the one I'm wearing. I don't like the sound of disaster. Didn't do something silly like put it in the clothes dryer and ruin the design on it. Something that doesn't sound really disastrous. It's got to be something worse. I'm on the edge of my seat now, waiting. Type faster, Huawei. Voice to text, voice to text. I was doing, because I don't normally do voice to text because, you know, the whole point of text messaging with people is so all of the people around you aren't, you know, eavesdropping on what you're saying. But I was having fun because I was going through a bunch of stuff with my sisters and my brother about the parents and stuff. And it just seemed easier to get through a shit ton of words by saying them instead of typing them.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there was so much unintentional comedy in voice to text that I just left it in most of the messages and waited to see if people were giggling or questioning me. What the hell do you mean? Dryer. Oh no. Did it ruin it in one hit? Oh, what have we got there? This. Oh, right. Yeah, cool. What's the Oh, you get a Van Gogh Lego minifig as well.
Yeah, little mini Van Gogh with his painting. So you got the.
What's the actual dimensions of it finished?
Doesn't say. Oh, here we go. 38 centimeters by 28 centimeters, or 11 inches by 14.5. So I think it's a pretty one-to-one accurate of the original painting. But yeah, that was an expensive ticket item. My mum bought me that for Christmas, so I'm half tempted to keep it in the box because I know the value of it was just skyrocket. But how many other people, men and his dogs, are going to keep it in the box to on-sell it in the future? I might as well get the fun out of it and build it.
Yeah, I think it's probably about half and half. People that leave them in the box for resale and people who actually just really dig the building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is me. I don't really care too much about resale. I thought I did when I got a little bit into my collecting the Legos and whatnot, but I just have too much fun building them.
This is going to be a very challenging build because it's so many.
They like layer it up, don't they?
Yeah, there's so many unsymmetric parts to it that it's going to be a bastard to build.
G'day, Alyssa. Long time no see. Lego Koi now.
Alyssa!
Yeah, I don't think it's whether you put it inside out or not, Huawei. It's the temperature that makes the whatever they use in the inks just makes them all lift back out of the fabrics and fall apart. So whether you put it inside out. I've always been into Lego Ugly Man.
Yeah.
Been doing it for years.
The adult fans of Lego groups have a saying called the dark ages, where men generally and women, they get involved with having relationships when they're teenagers and they go, no Lego in my life. But once they find stability in relationships, then the dark ages go over and they get back into Lego. And it all started with me with my grandmother, all my nephews and niece, or not nephews, all my cousins, they grew up, and my grandmother was like, Josh, your youngest cousin's grown out of Lego. Now it's time for you to take back your collection. So I got the legacy collection back, and it just kickstarted me. Yeah. It's awesome. I got some vintage spacemen still. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. I used to have quite a bit of space and castle Lego, the old castle Lego.
Oh, yeah. That's what got me back into it. It was the modern castle Lego, the skeletons versus the knights. I managed to get the big $300 castle back in the day when they released it. That's an awesome set. Managed to customize it and make it bigger than usual.
Yeah, right.
I had added walls.
I had the two very original castle Lego castles.
Yellow walls?
No, they were grey.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't the first ones then. But yeah, one was a little bit smaller. Eagle Fortress, that's what that one was called. And then the bigger one, it had hinges and connected together at the back, and you could open the back out and spread it out. So you had a nice big long.
Yep.
Can't remember what that was called. Something Crest Castle or something. Straw that broke the camel's back, Huawei. At least you've learnt a valuable lesson, and you've got another one coming in the post, so you know. I'm sure you can still wear it and it doesn't look ridiculous. Half a scungy shirt's still better than no scungy shirt. And who else? That's right. We're waiting on Bob Bob Kaler to receive his shirts, and who else? Oh, Fish Dream, she won the giveaway. Hers is on her way to her. Yeah, I don't know where where the old ones are now, Alyssa, because back in the day when you didn't really care about maintaining the sets built, we just basically had all of our Lego wrapped up in a blanket. Fold the blanket out when you wanted to play, and over the years, the collection of bricks became dwindled, and then I think it just got given away to someone's young kids at some stage.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know who, so I can't go and beg for it back and get my legacy Lego collection back.
Oh. Yeah, Ugly Man, those anime figures are pretty cool. I got a friend who is potentially going to start up a collection, but is a bit perturbed by how risque they are and how people will see him having half nude girly figures around his house. they're pretty cute.
Pretty cute, yet pretty rude.
Yeah. I like the gashapon machines. I got this little sake boat that came with a story about how things coming from the west to the east are good quality, but things going from the west to east to the west are bad quality. So it's a very bizarre little story from the Japanese.
Did it come built like that, or you had to assemble?
I had to assemble it. Yeah, came in a sphere.
G'day, Joel G. Joel 2.0.
G'day.
Yeah, I kind of wish that I had the foresight as a child to keep all of my Lego in reasonable order.
Back in a minute.
Were you a Lego kid, Joel?
Yeah, admittedly, you know.
What was your go-to category?
You know, I don't know that I ever had like specific sets that I was going for or not, but I certainly played Lego a lot, you know. Yeah, I don't know if there was anything that I was like, gotta have that for sure, you know. And I don't recall like building any real specific sets. It could just be my brain's broken and I should remember, but I don't, you know, but hard to say at this point. Because there very well could have been.
Yeah, we used to have, as kids, we had these other plastic bricks that were, you know, from the 50s or 60s or something, well before original Lego came into our lives, but they certainly weren't as creative as normal Lego. There was only 3 different size bricks, so you had to be creative with your engineering skills when using two different shapes of rectangles and a square.
Right.
You know, we made do. We made do, and then Lego came along and blew our freaking minds with all the different shapes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember like when I was a kid, I just had like a ton of Lego. Like I just had like giant, like plastic crates, whatever they were, of Lego, you know. And I'd always just build random stuff out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was much more into the building of random stuff as a kid than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Like I
mainly...
imagine now, like if I was gonna do Lego, I would like want to build a kit, you know?
You know, it wasn't like you could just jump on the internet like now and find a book of instructions to read off.
Right.
Crikey Huawei. Nick Levasseur clearly doesn't like pop culture. How do you not get some kind of blowback from a statement like that? Or did he get blowback from it? I can only imagine he must have got some. Yeah, it wasn't Meccano. I believe it was invented by a dude with the surname of Lionel. And then I believe that's where the model trains brand Lionel took their name from his surname. I could be wrong. I could just be spouting crap.
It could be. It could very well be just spouting crap.
Well, if this stream's known for one thing, it's nonsense.
Indeed.
Who invented Meccano? Frank Hornby. I was on the right track with the model train shit, but it's Frank Hornby. Because Hornby's another brand of model train.
Well, I got the gift of Christmas one year. My dad was really excited. He was like, "I've got you something really special." I was like, "Oh, cool. Maybe you got me some more Technic Lego," and I'll be stoked. But I got to his house after Christmas for the 3 weeks of Christmas holidays that I spend with him each year. Yeah. And he gives me this package and I unwrap it and it's this shit called Fischer Technic from Germany. And it was absolutely Fischer Technic. It was like a Lego German version of Lego and it was shit. It was so shit. I was so disappointed. Tried using this stuff and there's just there's no crossplay that wouldn't fit with Lego at all. Those weird pins and fucking lock-in pins and oh my god, what a load of shit.
Do you think he might have spoiled it for you by saying how special it was, building it up prior to you knowing what it was and using it?
It was special for him because it was something that he wished he had when he was a kid.
Gotcha, right.
But, you know, if you've got kids, don't do that to your kids. If it's important to you, get it for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't fucking try and gift your shit to your kids.
Right.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, Chewy. I was always impressed by people that had the two different gauges in their model train sets and rigs. I actually have two uncles who have ridiculously large model train setups in their house. One of them's like maybe a 3 foot by 8 foot table with all landscaping and stuff on it. And the other one, which is apparently much larger than that, I've not seen with my own eyes because that uncle lives way up in Gladstone, or Gladstone, if you will. I'd really like to get up to his house and see his model trains because he's going downhill fast with his health as well.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to see that before he dies. I'd like to see him full stop before he gets much worse. But his missus is she's a bit of a nasty piece of work, so she doesn't bring him around anymore to see mum and dad and whatnot, or us. And he's one of my favourite uncles, and I don't get to see him anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going downhill with dementia and stuff, and she's had a stroke and whatnot, but she still drives him around everywhere, up and down the coast. They went up and down the coast for Christmas down to the Newcastle area to see their kids, and they couldn't stop in and visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
right.
you, lady.
Yeah.
Not a fan of her, and she's a good Christian folk, and she's like the most judgmental, pickiest, fussiest, nastiest woman, one of them that I've ever met. And it's like, I really, really get disappointed with good Christian folk who are like that.
Right.
But at least they can walk around telling the world that they're good Christian folk, can't they? Because they go to church.
Right.
I'm not picking on all the Christians out there. I'm just picking on the self-righteous ones who think just being a Christian is their defense for being able to be a prick.
The dark arts.
The dark arts. That's right, Huawei. Replay Team 6. Over an hour in, and you're still watching the replay. You're a lunatic. I'll tell you one thing, this weather certainly makes the drinks get warmer quicker. I don't know whether I should drink faster or just go and get some ice.
Hey, you're on the internet right now.
Hi, you're on the internet.
Hello.
Hello, Joel's
G'day,
mum.
g'day.
We're Australian, if you can't tell.
Oh, cool.
These Aussies.
Which part of Australia?
G'day, mate.
Friends in
Mullumbimby.
Wollongong.
My mom has
That's where
friends
I
in
met my wife.
Wollongong.
That's
very
where I met my
special
wife.
place.
Is Wollongong.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys are home?
We're home.
Okay. I'll come and talk with you in a minute.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
You met your wife in
Hey.
Wollongong? That's where my mom's friends are, apparently.
Yeah, Wollongong's the business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd think that if she's got an affiliation with it, she would have learnt to pronounce it correctly by now.
Well, I don't know. She probably knows how to say it, I would guess.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. It's confusing because does it have two O's at the start, or is it WOLL? No, it
Yeah, I
is.
think it's Wollongong. Let's look it up.
It's another weird Australian spelling that we pronounce different. That's only one O at the start, so it's entirely
Yeah, one O at the start. Yeah.
I apologise to Joel's mother because she is saying it phonetically, but it is pronounced Wollongong.
Wollongong. Got it.
Because it's an Aboriginal word, so it doesn't engender itself to English rules and whatnot.
No. Even though the originals didn't have writing, so why didn't they spell it properly? I think it's a vernacular change that people in Australia in the early times spoke with a different accent.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Probably
That's
more.
very believable.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm crushing my foes in Risk right now.
You're still going on Risk.
Yeah.
I thought you would
Well,
have. I
these-
thought the novelty would have worn off.
Well, these fools keep keep testing me, as they say. They test in my
What the map are
patience.
you running? Are you running the world map or a different map, Joel?
I'm running. What map is this?
Like, has it got all the worldly continents?
So this is I'm playing the World Map Advanced right now, I think is what this map's called.
Okay.
And it's just me and one other player left that has turned into a robot because
Right.
he gave up because I crushed his
Okay.
armies and now the robot is the only thing that's left.
Okay.
So now I'm battling the AI. I just killed the orange player.
Yeah.
And so now I have to sit here and fight the AI, which is just attacking at random and is just a chaotically stupid thing. But
Right.
I have a serious advantage with 51 territories right now, so I shall slowly work my way through crushing this machine.
Lovely.
I'm at that point right now where
My Fallout strategy is always to conquer Australia first and then work my way out, because it's just the unassailable bastion.
you can't win with Australia. In online, like, Australia is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like online risk, Australia is not a good idea because it bottlenecks like big time, and
For
you just
sure.
end up like you get basically trapped in Australia, and that's not good. Needless to say, it's not good to be like trapped in a corner where you're cornered in. The bot doesn't know. The machine doesn't know I'm going to crush its will. And I'm gonna climb in the ranks here. Finally, after losing the last like 5 matches. Because people are irrational. You know what I mean? When you're playing against people, they do crazy stuff. And you're like, why did you give up? Why? What? Okay. You know? You're supposed to never give up, never surrender, right? Isn't that how that works?
No retreat, no surrender.
Never give up, never surrender, right?
You no quarter.
30 here. And then 30 here. We'll make this easy on myself. There we go. Not do a whole lot of math right now. The pink army is going to take over the world. That's basically what's happening over here right now. Pink is taking it. Boys. Oh my god. Forgot whatever territory that is. It's way over here out in the ocean. What is it called? The Philippine Islands. My god. I missed the Philippine
Luzon?
Islands. I missed one territory called the Philippine Islands. It's the Philippines. And it's over there and it's all weird. And I missed it. Otherwise I would have won on the last turn. Oh my god. He traded for troops. The robot has traded for troops and managed to attack 3 territories. Okay. I'm interested to see what I get with this much of the map. Hold on. Let's see what my turn is. 81 troops. Okay. Oh, I have a trade. I better take it. Okay. Taking the trade. 91 troops to destroy 14. Okay. I think we got it here. I'm actually surprised I won this game because I was talking with you guys and not really paying attention. Oh my god. That doesn't connect? Okay, well. Oh, I screwed up.
I'm planning on getting a train set eventually because I want to race my 176 scale cars against the train and have a track where the train tracks have level line crossings. So you got to race around the track and avoid getting knocked out by the train, and hopefully integrate some jumps where you can jump the fucking train. I think that'd be really fucking cool.
That sounds magical.
Yeah.
Certainly a valid reason to get a train set.
Yeah.
What
Because
scale?
What
Train set are you gonna get?
Well, I think it's O scale. Which is
O gauge would be probably the most appropriate for the size of your cars.
Yeah, 176. So I've already started my collection. I've got some 176 scale little cows to put around
You're
the
already
track.
getting the landscape.
Yeah, you got to avoid the cows. They're fun it's fun to drive cars into cows.
Okay, I played against 4 beginners and 1 master. So they're all defeated. They've all been defeated. They're all dead. They all died.
Your enemy died or you died?
I killed them all.
That's the spirit.
They've all been crushed. Their territories are mine. I am currently an expert after 2 weeks of playing. And
Nice.
I lost a whole bunch of points. Okay. I lost a whole bunch of points because I was playing. Apparently, I kept getting into games where, because you don't know who you're playing against. They're just people's accounts wherever the hell they are, In fact, your identity is like, if you're playing in a ranked game, it's actually like way against the rules to know who you're playing against. So it's like, not only is it discouraged, it's like they make sure that it's very difficult to be in the same game. And if you get caught in a ranked match, knowing the other players or collaborating, you get all your accounts all your accounts will get deleted. So what some people do is they make 2 accounts, right? And then they'll put themselves in the same lobby to play in the same game, and then they'll play 2 characters.
Right.
And you're like, it's weird because sometimes people will figure it out. People will figure it out like, oh my God, like green and black are collaborating, like there's no reason they would have done any of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's a distracting thing. It's a distraction thing to do during the winter when it's cold and it's dark and my daughter's in bed. So I really can't be like hammering and sawing in the garage or whatever, It's a hobby, it's fun to play. It's like Lego.
XPT is real. Yeah, I've ridden that one. That's a nice journey. Used to come all the way to Mullumbimby. That was the radness. One day we get a train back. That'd be cool.
You want the N scale train? Is that right? N scale is the small one, right?
Yeah.
I thought O was the small one.
Yeah, there's HO and yeah.
O is the small scale?
No, you might be right.
176 scale.
I only knew there was H and O.
Oh my God, there's one that's even smaller. It's a Z scale. Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
It's the Z scale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's insanely small. Oh my God. 1 to the 1220. So N scale is 1 to 160. So Z scale is like what? Microscopic? What is that? Like a microscopic set? What the?
Well, what did you say the numbers were for Z?
1 to 1220.
Jesus.
Yeah. So N scale is 1 over 160. It's not even in the 1,000. HO is 1 over 87. S is 1 over 64. O is 1 over 48. And G, I don't know. I've never seen G before. That's 1 over 24. How big is that's got to be like big old beefy?
Yeah. You could almost sit on it, one would imagine.
I bet you probably could if you were a little guy. If you were a little guy, if you were like what's that guy? The guy that plays Willow, you know?
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick. That guy. He
Try it
could probably
out.
do it. But the Z scale, that is got to be like epically small. I had an N scale train when I was a kid. So my dad found a he found like, you know, the wood bottom part of a bed frame, like a box spring.
Yeah.
And so he took that and then he put a sheet of plywood on it and then he put wheels on it because it was exactly the same footprint of underneath my bed. Right?
Nice.
And then we put green like grip tape. It was like green grip tape or something that coated it. And then I made all these like train set on it and it was the whole size of my bed. So you could pull it out from underneath the bed and play model train stuff. It was N scale. And I think my dad was more into it than I was because he was like all about making little trees and stuff, you know?
Cool.
But it was very cool. I mean, it had like cork bed under the train tracks and like everything was like tacked in with nails and stuff, like little tiny trim nails and things. So it was pretty cool. My dad did some good stuff.
when the trains were last coming through this town, my dad was actually the last station master of Mullumbimby.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of referring to BJ's comments about her dad as well, working on the railways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was he probably did about 45 odd years on the railways as well, before ending up station master of Mullumbimby before they cut all the trains. The trains stopped coming up this far.
Yeah, there's a big old train track that runs right over there. Big ass trains go blowing through it all the time. Every night, every once in a while, you can hear the and then sometimes in the morning when I'm going to work, I have to wait for a train. I'm like, hey, look at that train going. It's all dark out here. That looks cool.
Yeah, BJ, my dad, he was a railway man.
If they see you giving the toot toot, you know, if you're giving them this one, if you're giving them the business up in the air like this, they'll blow the horn some extra for you.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. About gave Olivia a heart attack.
My dad actually had a industrial deafness claim. He got insurance payouts because he's they didn't enforce them wearing earmuffs and stuff on the platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have to be in close proximity to the trains to pass bags and whatnot between train and station. And yeah, ended up considerably deaf from probably exposure to train noises.
Right.
But, you know, he's got 3 sets of hearing aids now and doesn't use one single one of them. I think he's just at that stage in his life where he's happy not to hear any of the shit that's going on around him.
Yeah. All right, boys. So you guys saw my mom come bopping in.
Yeah.
And
best go show your face.
Well, this is the last day they're going to be here for some long period of time. They're headed off to the Florida to take their boat down into the Caribbean. So they're going to be living the hard life.
Very difficult.
Just living the hard life, tooling around on their boat in the Caribbean, right? So
yeah,
they got that going for them. They're old, so they get to do stuff like that. They're not old like us. They're old like them. you know, like them, those people, you know,
Those other
Those
elders.
people.
G'day, Daniel-san.
Oh, those old timers. So we probably won't see them for, they say 6 months. I don't believe it. I believe that they're going to come back and visit before then, because that's a long time to be away from their only grandchild. You know?
Then again, that Caribbean's got quite the allure.
Yeah, I'm sure after like a month and a half, they're going to want to come
Change of scenery.
come visit, you know, come visit their granddaughter. So, but always good to talk to you, blokes. Hopefully you get some train action going here pretty soon. I'd like to see it.
Rad. Me three.
You know, keep me posted. Keep me in the train loop, as it were. I don't know. We'll see you guys later.
That's a nice railway pun too.
All right.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
See you, Joel.
Yes. Happy New Year, Daniel.
So when I was a teenager, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but we scouted out a freight train to ride. That was an epic night. We had to scout
Trains
out.
are always fun to ride.
Yeah, well, this one,
especially when you're up the front.
When you're on the roof. that's the
I'm not ever been on the roof of a train though. I've certainly been in the engine cabin.
Yeah, was amazing trip. We stood up to two-legged surfing on the roof of the freight train as it passed by Gerringong and towards Kiama. That was awesome. Under a full moon, going woohoo! Drunk as skunks with a liquid courage. Oh shit!
Yeah, we used to go out to I don't know if you know out the Tunnel Road.
Yeah,
there's a nice rickety old train bridge out there, and we used to go out for drunk camping out there.
You've told me you've hung off the rails. They look crazy, man.
Because the train would come through at like 9 o'clock at night or something like that, when towards the end of the train's existence up here. So yeah, you'd wait beside the bridge until you could hear it coming, and then go and pick your spots on the bridge.
Yeah.
And as it was approaching, then drop down through the bridge and hang by your arms. It's old timber bridge, so it was essentially just train tracks and sleepers and a trestle.
Oh.
And yeah, just hang there as long as you could for wait for it to go over. Kids do amazing things, don't they? With alcohol in their system.
Probably why they didn't want us to do it.
Yeah. Might be one of the reasons there's age restrictions on it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm almost out of beer. I think I got to do admission to town.
Right,
Get some restock.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like Sarah's going to come on anyway. She seems to be too busy. So we can call it quits here. Oh, crunching back. I'll just say that tentatively while I wait for her most recent response to my text.
All right.
Yeah, I had a strange feeling when I started telling the story that it was one that I've told before. Do they do it? Is it under a train bridge when the Lost Boys do it? Maybe was the inspiration for doing it, because it was probably around the same time when the Lost Boys came out. But at least it's not one of those created memories. I can actually remember doing it and being frightened as fuck.
Yeah.
was only thinking about that movie the other day, that it's probably time for a rewatch of it to see if it still holds up.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm down. Lost Boys. That's our mission before next week.
Righto. Yeah, all right. Let's lock that in. I'll message Joel and tell him as well. Now I got these bouncy dots. You know when you get those bouncy dots and you just want a quick answer and all you get is bouncy dots?
Oh, yeah. She's replying, but then she cancels what she's replying, and then she does it again. I got a friend who does that to me all the time. I'm like, dude, just spit it out. I'm impatient. I don't want.
The worst ones are when you get your bouncy dots. But you sit there waiting for it, and then you go out and come back in, and there was no dots at all. They're just phantom bouncy dots.
Yeah.
Nice quality. Resonance.
Is quite resonant. This hoppy beer.
Hobby beer. Oh well. You know, I've got, I don't know what our species of giant hornets are here, but they're like over an inch long. They're so fat and chunky, and they're building a nest right near where I walk past. But you know, you can walk past and you can almost hold your hand up and they might land in it, but they're just absolutely not aggressive at all.
They're the
It's
potter
quite
wasps.
cool.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're potter wasps.
Yeah,
They make
but
one nest.
they're a big version of them. You know, we
Oh,
get
yeah.
the standard
small.
skinny little ones, and then you get these
Yeah.
massive, big, chunky things.
Yeah, the big ones are
But
cool.
they just seem so chilled and relaxed, probably because they know they look nasty and no one's going to be messing with them.
When they buzz you, like when they get up to your face, you get a mad endorphin rush when you overcome the urge to swat them away and just put up with it fucking hovering near your head. It's like, wow. I'm hanging out with the big guns, the big mamas.
You know, I had one of the skinny little ones, I think it was only yesterday, and I was sat right here, and it was like it was investigating my pocket in my pants for a place to build a nest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one I sort of just waved at and sent him on his way, and he didn't seem too perturbed or pissed off. Probably appreciated the fact that I was alerting him to the fact that wasn't a great place to build a nest.
Mm.
Righto, yeah. I can't be guaranteed as to Sarah's presence, so if you're going to be very thirsty, you should run to town.
Yep. Not going to get moving. Good chatting with you.
Righto,
Until next week.
I'm going to stay on and see what happens.
All right. Signing out. Peace out, brother.
All right, dude. Take care. I'll see you when I'm looking at you.
Sure. See you, everyone. Lovely chatting with you. Many blessings.
And to you the same.
See ya.
No worries at all, Huawei. I consider what you do for me doing good stuff for me. So I have absolutely no problem shouting you out and commending you on your nice work. And I know that there's several other streamers out there who appreciate your efforts as well. solid on the links, solid on the kicking the porn bots out, and all that other good stuff that mods do. I'm a little confused by my messages, but I think we may be getting a wee visit from Sarah before we run away. No new original material, Chewy. All my original material is old. I've been trying to rebuild some equipment so I can start putting some new material down. But so far, I've bought some substandard equipment that is probably going to let me down if I try and use it. But I'm planning on it. In the works. Oh, yeah, but lots of my old stuff, like when I play my old songs at the start of my stream, like they're not out there for sale or anything like that. So generally promoting that kind of stuff is not in the interest of podcasters. They want to try and help people sell records, but mine aren't out there for sale. But thank you. I appreciate the mention. I've been listening to... It's funny. I got put onto a podcast by an American dude, a comedian that I enjoy, Paul F. Tompkins. I don't know if anyone knows him. He's a little bit under the radar. Very, very, very good improvising comedian. And he told me of a podcast called BigSoftTitty.png. And it's a couple of Australian funny kids. And they are very, very, very funny kids. Hello, Scungy. Hi.
You don't never give me any warnings that you're going to put me up. You just
How can I?
drop me in.
You looked ready as Baz, so I thought I'd just chuck you up. I thought you'd know him well, eh? So what's going on? How was your shop?
Oh, draining. It's so draining. I hate the shops. I despise them. It's an awful environment that no one should ever have to endure.
Well, that's the main reason why when I go into the shops, I'm like, get my stuff and piss off.
I try to do that. That's my aim. I walk into the supermarket and I am going to be so quick in here. And then somehow it's like 20 years later and I'm disoriented and I've got 4 different packets of stuff in my hands going, what am I going to do? How do I get out of here?
Have you got chat? Have you got chat? Can you see chat, by the way?
I do have it. You know that I don't. Because I find it distracting, but I try to.
No, I just wanted you to make sure that I'd wanted you to make sure that you read some of it just to understand.
Did you embarrass me?
No, I just wanted you to read some of it that contradicts what you said to me in private messages just before you came on. And I can't believe you haven't made a comment about my silly hat yet.
What would you like me to say?
I don't know. I thought you would be the most...
practical.
Right. I thought you would be the first to jump on it and say how silly I look. But, you know, when you've got a forehead like this, you might as well. And you are, what's the word? Highlight it. Highlight it for the world to see. It's huge.
Right.
Anyway, lots of people saying hi and stuff to you, and it definitely seems like you've got people in here that enjoy your presence no matter what time you come along, early or late in the piece.
You're usually late.
Oops. Tabs, buttons.
But yeah, I have been thinking about trying on my other t-shirt, even though it's a bit, it's not like quite
The
right.
one you drew this morning.
Yeah, because it was just my first thing to see if I could actually draw on the t-shirts that way, and I think I will be able to. But
It is part of a t-shirt, ugly man. It's just a sleeve off a t-shirt. I have a pile of old clothes of mine on the floor beside me, and I found a t-shirt with too many holes, so I ripped. I actually used scissors and cut the sleeve off because that's what I remember using as a dough rag back in the day, or a do rag. Is it a do rag or a dough rag? Do rag, probably. Sorry, I interrupted you.
head.
Sorry?
One that you wrap around your head.
Yeah. And your bag that you've been working on as well is probably definitely worth showing people because that thing's fantastic. So
We'll have to wait here.
I think we're all sitting down, so we're all prepared to wait.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, people will enjoy seeing those things. Yeah, I remember when I was fruit picking, crikey, when was that? 1993, up in North Queensland, and that was hot work. And I had a pretty feral t-shirt, and one day out in the field, ripped a sleeve off because, you know, who needs sleeves when you're doing that kind of work, and put it on my head. I don't think I had much hair back then, but it still served a purpose. Stop the perspiration dripping into my eyeballs. And yeah, now I've been doing it ever since. Well, not all the time, but whenever I need a do-rag, bloody t-shirt sleeve. That's what you want. Luckily, my massive biceps aren't bigger than my head, so they match up size-wise. Ah, lol, Alyssa, that's not fun. But yeah, when I probably still do to an extent when I because I worked in the local supermarket for a couple of years, and whenever I would write out a shopping list, I would write the shopping list out in order of my journey around the store so that I would get everything in a timely fashion. But yeah, I've actually heard people complain about the local supermarket too, that they the description on the app for the Woolworths supermarket says that this thing is in aisle 6 and it's not in aisle 6. This is a regular show and tell. I can't wait for the story about that thing as well. Or are you just going to be chewing on that while you're streaming?
Oh,
the pear.
Yeah, sure. Well, so I wanted to bring the pear because I wanted to know if people had seen them, even though the other one I kind of already have chopped up. But I do want to know if anyone is like grown them or knows these guys. because
Let's play the game. What is Sarah holding? And I will say that it's not a pear, just so people don't jump at pear. It's one of our biggest supermarkets, Alyssa, but it's not the same as the Woolworths that started over there. I don't even think they're associated at
Woolies
all.
used to be like that though.
Oh, was it? So maybe they did
Ever go to the
originate from
Woolies at like across from Town Hall in Sydney? And that was like that. It was like, yeah, like Kmart.
Hmm. Yes, Huawei. That's a common practice to put your milk at the back of supermarkets. That's worldwide, I believe, or in the Western world anyway. Hold it up again for another look for people. Might not be so obvious at first glance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really obvious after the 9th glance. Oh, that could help make it obvious. Yeah, bring the stem in real tight.
But you know, that could be familiar to a few different things.
Yeah. Pretty familiar in one family, though.
John? Yes, but put a timer.
Eggs are in the dairy area, but the milk is not in the dairy area. Milk is in a slightly different dairy area, but the eggs are at the end of like juice, cheese, yogurt, custard.
Yeah, but see, it depends because say that's how it is at the Woolies where you worked. But say the Woolies that I went to today, they have their eggs near the meat. And they have their milk closer to the yogurt and cheese and ice cream. So it depends on the supermarket.
The milk there's still on the back wall though, isn't it?
It's at the back, but it's like you've got your wall with all your yogurts and stuff, and then the milk's at the back, and then they've got a little doorway, and then next to that's all your cheese. So that's more like dairy together and eggs with meat. But that's why I think what's always weird is when you like go to your one supermarket and you get like a system, you know, like where everything is and how to look for stuff. Then you go to a different supermarket and then it's even more stressful and disorienting and like being in an alternate universe because, yeah, you like miss things because your brain's just naturally got down a pattern of knowing, you know, where and when does it
Where
pay
the
attention,
stuff is.
what sections does it go to and stuff. And yeah.
Well, Huawei's guessed a chayote, but I can tell you that's not correct because that's the same as a choco. We call them chocos down here, Huawei. The old chayote or chayote, if you will. Good to have you back, Vince.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, no one else is having a guess. So just explode it. Explode what it is to everyone whilst I vanish for a sec.
But probably they're not that interested. Well, you're silent. It's a cucumber. It's a great big pear-shaped cucumber. So that's a bit weird. I don't know. I did chop one up. I did have like a little nibble at it and stuff.
Was it orange fleshed when you cut it open?
No, It's white. It's like
Yeah, right.
I might have a bit, but yeah, it's like you've got like your layer of flesh and then the seeds in the middle, but that's like most of any of the things that are like this. And
Gourds.
well, yeah, because like all of your like melons and zucchinis and pumpkins and
Gourds. That's what the family's called.
are they all of them? I
Hmm.
thought gourds were a particular pumpkiny
No, I'm fairly certain that covers all of your pumpkins and squashes and zucchinis and cucumbers and whatnot. I could be wrong.
Sorry.
I have been wrong before.
But yeah, I mean they're definitely all a family, and yeah, I didn't expect it to be cucumber.
Well, it's like that. What's that? The spiky one, the South African cucumber, I think they call it, or spiny cucumber.
I don't like those guys.
Not
We used to
even.
have a line of them, but they don't grow quite the same as those other people we're talking about.
Yeah,
They
they're
grow
more
like
of
a real
vine.
vine. I know that you get a vine out of cucumbers and pumpkins and zucchinis, but like, yeah, having grown all of them, those ones grow very differently, but they're like pretty gross.
Oh, well, I don't like cucumber in general, but
Oh, you've got
I've-
them out the back in the thing, don't you?
not anymore. A long time ago.
No,
Haven't had them.
yeah.
Had them for years, but it was probably in the last year that we had them that we discovered that if you didn't pick them when they were green and cucumbery, then their flesh went orange and they tasted like a combination between mango and guava or something. And
Yeah,
they're
but not really, because
mostly
really
like
they're
that.
still disgusting. Like you can say that, but that's just like this ripe to the flavor that, that added sweetness, but it doesn't really taste like mango. Like mango is like lush fruit of the gods, and those guys are just, I don't know, slimy, foul.
Yeah, I found them just as offensive as mangoes. But yeah, they weren't just like mangoes. It was like a combination of flavors. Oh, I imagine there's probably more people out there that really like mangoes than what don't like mangoes.
Probably. I don't understand. It's interesting, isn't it? Like I find it so hard to understand how someone couldn't like mangoes. Like they're just so luscious and good. Yeah.
Do you understand how some people can giggle and laugh at car crashes and other people don't? It's the same thing. It basically comes down to humans being very different creatures to one
Oh,
another.
I do understand that people are different and have different tastes. I like and dislike things as well. I'm just saying I have this hard time with mangoes that they're so luscious. It's like, how can you not like it? I feel like if I will feed it to the mango haters, that they will realize how wonderful it really is. I know it's not true, but I know that me and Emily certainly tried to put some mango in your face and you would not be happy about it.
Yes, I don't like it at all. And there you go. Not even for BJ's reason, for allergy or anything. I just think it's hideous. It's too sickly sweet. I mean, even though I'm sitting here drinking a bourbon and artificially sweetened cola, there's a different sickly sweet to things like guavas and mangoes and rock melons,
chocolate, and like bags of snakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't like? I don't like rock melon. who eats that vomit shit? It tastes like vomit. That is what. And you know what? One day I saw in the shops a rock melon flavored Wheat bar. I don't know if the watchers of the stream know what a Wheat bar is, but it seems like this. I felt like when I first saw it that it must be some sort of like mean trickery joke, like a not a true one, like one that was just done for humor. But no, it was true because it turned out some people think that rock melons are yummy.
Well, it's funny you mention Wheat bars actually, because that's probably one of the only times I've tolerated mango is in a Wheat bar, a mango Wheat bar, because it's got that convenient strip of ice cream down the side that sort of takes away
See,
from.
I find
droppy
that's like
mango
the
flavour.
too sweet, too creamy on that side. I just like the mango side. But do you know what I really like? I really like the Fruito.
Oh, can I backtrack a second? Rock melon is cantaloupe for those northern hemisphere people. We call it rock melon. You guys call it cantaloupe.
But don't you think it tastes a little bit like vomit?
I think it's disgusting.
Okay.
And another little callback, when I was fruit picking, when I initiated my t-shirt sleeve on my head routine, that was picking rock melons, and that was a fucking hideous job. No one should ever do it. I think I lasted 3 or 4 days doing that job before I quit and got my pay and left. Stupid job.
Yeah, well, that sounds like back breaky because you have to be bending down all the time to pick them, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like that. But I still think it's a fruit that tastes like a vomit. And
Well, that experience.
Then again, wait, there are these little tomatoes, right? Not cherry tomatoes because I really like cherry tomatoes, but there are ones that are more like the grape tomatoes. And to be fair, I haven't grown them to have a good taste of them like that. But whenever I've gotten them in the shops or on something or part of something, they taste like mold to me. And no matter, I ask everybody, don't those tomatoes taste like they're like moldy and like fungal? And nobody understands what I'm talking about. They really have like this weird fungal taste to me.
You know, I think my last complaint about grape tomatoes was that they were too woody. So maybe that ties in with the fungal flavour as well.
Like that's
Woody
the best way I
texture
can
to the skin.
describe it. Yeah, they've got a weird taste that's not just tomatoey. And I don't like it.
Yeah, we're certainly getting in the chat much more agreement about dislike of rock melon, because it is an absolutely disgusting fruit. Chewy says he can handle it now, but he used to hate it.
Yeah, but like handle it. That's not a great like.
The description sounds like he's forcing his way through it. I don't know. What are people's thoughts on mango?
One rock melon liker that I can see.
You what? So do people hate mangoes in the chat? Yes, pineapple goes on pizza while I wait. No problem at all.
I think pineapple goes everywhere. Pineapple is wonderful. You should have pineapple with everything all the time. I love it. But yeah, well, so maybe I will. I've been getting my garden ready to plant in, and I've got a whole lot of little tomato seeds because I don't like growing big tomatoes because there's so much more room for them to go wrong. I like little ones, and I just like to grow them because they tend to be, you know, prolific and hardy, and you can usually get all the fruit off them and you don't have to worry about too much stuff. And
they're bite-sized when you're working in the garden too.
Yeah, you can just grab them and munch them
Snap
down.
as you go.
Yeah. I love them. But yeah, so I've got about 8 packets of different varieties of cherry tomato seeds though at the moment that I'm looking forward to planting in my garden. So
Yeah, I don't understand what all this freaking nonsense about pineapple not belonging on pizza or why it's become such a meme. I think people just jump on the bandwagon and they don't really hate it. They're just, being sheep.
but see, I thought that like a ham and pineapple pizza is like, isn't that one of the most popular pizza varieties?
Down
the
here it
kids
is,
love
but I can only imagine that in the States a Hawaiian pizza is probably not that popular because most of the aggression towards pineapple on pizza seems to come out of the Americas. Yeah, it's a beautiful fit. It definitely belongs. And it doesn't just belong on a Hawaiian pizza. You can put it on all the pizzas.
all pizzas. My favorite pizza that I make at home is like really, really good. It's got like lentils and chili spicy olives and pineapple and shredded zucchini and I'm trying to think what else goes on it. So I haven't made a pizza for a while actually, but that's like the one. Like every time I get all of the things, and it's like a hippie supreme with pineapple. It's very good, and I pour some of the like chili oil on it.
Nice.
Oh, but you know
Right.
what I have that is really delicious is I have these pickles that are cauliflower and pineapple pickled. They're really yum. They're like really good. I love them.
See, they're saying that Hawaiian pizza is popular in the States, but most people that seem to complain about pineapple on pizza are Americans. So I reckon it's another case of, the 1% of loud complainers are just being heard and all the regular folk with decent opinions are just not that outspoken about pineapple on pizza, perhaps.
I'm so in love with pineapple.
I think it's fantastic.
Oh, that's like I got you. That one has the pineapple in it.
Still waiting for a taste test.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, Alyssa. 320 odd million of you. There's going to be enough people that like pineapple on pizza and enough that don't. What else are we going to do? Show some projects.
All right. Well, I did decide to put on my shirt, but like I said, it's a bit shitty because I just was scribbling on it to see if the pens work. I can't get in the right thing. My brain cannot figure this place out. So I was while I was waiting.
Not have your ring light on.
I do have my ring light on.
No, right.
Does it need to be brighter?
No, we can see it. I like it. It's cool.
It's just that, like, I want to turn away, which is like, I can't work it out in my brain. Sorry.
So what did you draw directly onto that shirt with?
With Posca. So now, because what I've discovered really nicely, and so, yeah, I just did, like, easy go-to-y kind of thing rather than getting creative with it. But I can make them permanent is my point. And then also my other one is this, but I still didn't finish it. But so
can I just
I have
say
a story.
That?
Oh, say
Okay, no, you tell your story.
Okay.
Story's more important than what I was going to say.
Okay. So I got given the bag by someone who doesn't really know my like tastes or anything, and I was like, oh, that's very kind, but also I'm like never gonna use the bag ever for anything. And then I just had this idea to draw on the bag, and then I was in love with doing that, and now I want to get lots of bags, and I'm gonna draw on them and make them. I made the bag like a good bag instead.
It's certainly much improved to its original form.
And I've been drawing on the other side as well, but I just haven't like finished it. No, that's the wrong side.
It's so busy.
It's
I
like
love
every
it.
time I go to do it, I'm still surprised that I do it wrong. Like every time I think I can do it, and I tell myself, yep, that's going to go right, and then it doesn't, and I'm like, how could I have gotten it wrong again?
Do you mean the holding up of things?
Yeah. Like trying to do your hair in the mirror or something.
Can you explain again what the pen is that you used? Posca.
Gold. Posca.
Posta, is it?
Yeah.
With a T.
No. But yeah, so it's gold. I chose, actually I only had white and gold, but I did I mean I do have some others just with the different tip, but because it had gold bits on it, and so I was like, then if I draw with my gold pen, then it will match. And yeah, I can set it to be like a permanent thing. So I'm pretty happy with my bag. And then it's inspired me to draw on other things. So I'm going to make a few one-offy t-shirts, and I'm going to see about a few more bags and do them. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, ultimately I don't like being here alone. I'm
searching up Posca because you won't spell it for people. Is it Posk for Ken A? Post?
No.
Posca paint pens? Oh, it's a C, is it? A C for cat.
I did say that.
That's there, Melissa. Posca paint pens.
Yeah.
And that bag's like a unique piece now. Could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. We just have to murder you first. Or not. Would you consider selling these unique pieces? One-offs?
The thing is, you already know that, and I was saying, but I don't remember. I was gonna make some so that when I go to the markets, I'll have a bunch of them and a bunch of t-shirts and stuff. And then I'll see how that goes. And then if it's good, I want to make the bags.
Huawei, once again. Oh. I'll hold my tongue, shall I? I was going to say Huawei proving his value as a quality mod, and then he has already apologized for a dodgy link. But, throwing up links. Maybe you should get a Amazon affiliate link on your YouTube channel and and suggest art products and stuff,
Maybe
so you can get a little bit of a kickback. Or on your, can you do Amazon affiliate links on Instagram? I don't think you can, because you can only, I suppose if you use that, you can only have one link on Instagram, can't you?
Yeah. But like I think you have to be a different kind of person to do things like that. They want you to be someone who's like good at selling yourself so that you'll push traffic to them.
I think it's Amazon, so they want all the cents and dollars, so that I don't think they care who sends people their way. But yeah, that bag's coming along swimmingly. And what I was going to say before you started talking about it was, if you are not on Sarah's Instagram, she did one of her fast videos. You only did the one of the bag on your Instagram, didn't you? Yeah, have a check of that, and you can see part of the process of it being created. It's very nice. Thank you, Huawei. Bloody earning his keep today, I'll tell you. Even fixed his Posca paint markers link. Got a fresh one already. You're on fire, son. What else? How's the veggie garden going? How did the hose work? Did you try the hose?
I did try the hose. I used the hose. Used many tools. My main thing is I want more poop. I want more sugar cane, and I want more time to have passed in the soil and less time to have passed in my life. I want us to sort of go like this, right? So that it's a week ago and my soil is 2 months.
2 weeks in it.
That's my.
Because
if I can have that, then I will be in business. Because I'm wanting to. Actually, what I should be doing is right now I should be outside doing more of my garden, because I have a big pile of cardboard out on the front driveway that I need to pick up and distribute around the place. But yeah, I need to I need a way to transport all that stuff.
G'day, Adele. How are you? How's your illness? How's your COVID situation? Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that when I turned up at Tweed City today and I saw how busy it was, and I thought, oh, COVID's going to be everywhere. And then I thought, I'm probably still immune for a couple of weeks. She said, down with the sickness. That's the cue to make those noises.
I know how it goes.
What's the next bit after that?
Well, that's not what I mean, though. Is it? What I mean is, when you say that, I know that means that is like what's being said.
Well, after that, it goes. And then he goes again, I think. Or no, that's right. Then the guitars just come in, don't they?
I used to listen to it quite a lot a long time ago, but it's not on the regular rotation anymore.
Yeah. It was a pretty awesome record when it came out, but it lost its flavour pretty quick. And then Adele's done the first two lines of the lyrics as well. Yeah, you'll be right, Adele. Is it your first time? I have a strange feeling Adele's had it before, so she might not have a very deep involvement with it. And now Huawei's in on the act as well. We're going to have all the lyrics in here soon. Violently it changes. I can't do his pitch. He's way too high. I don't have enough steel in my face. I'm sure that's what makes him able to sing highs, the things in his lips and whatnot. I might be clutching at straws there, though. Yeah, right. Yeah. My first time was a month or so ago, and it kicked my ass for about 11 days. It's very brutal. Very, very brutal. I didn't like it at all.
No.
And I was careless and didn't test for the first 5 days that I was sick, and then tested and found out I had COVID. China cooties.
Mm. When I got it, it just hit so hard, so fast that yeah, there was no getting about for a few days wondering. It was like, yeah, better test because I'm like can't move.
Hmm. I didn't have a choice, unfortunately, so I had to.
Yeah, well, I have not much choice either, but like sometimes it's so bad that you literally can't lift yourself up and can't do anything.
Hmm.
And there's that
Yeah.
like you're really sick, but you kind of get about your business. And then there's like, no, if I try and stand up, I will fall down kind of sick.
Yeah, my mum certainly had a couple of days whilst I was COVIDed where she didn't see me very much at all. Lucky she's a capable and strong woman who can do what she needs for herself when required. God damn,
Yeah,
now
well,
I've got
my
that
kids got
bloody song
nothing.
in my head.
But the dog did come and then just like spend days just laying on my feet.
And when they sang it
They're
early in
very
the piece,
active dog. It was like, unusual.
when they sang early in the piece that you could give it to your dog
Yeah.
in general, but she didn't get it.
Maybe
the mask doesn't stop you getting
as
it.
badly.
Sorry, say that again.
Well, they might not have really bad symptoms, but I think that they can maybe contract it and pass it on.
Yeah, right.
Which was another reason to be, careful, particularly in those early days where they were saying,
All the mammals can get it.
full isolating and stuff. But yeah, the other thing about masks is that each mask only lasts for a certain amount of hours, and I can't remember. I think those regular medical grade ones that you get at the hospital, I think they're only an hour or 2 hours or something. Then they have like a higher grade of medical one, the doctors will wear that lasts for, I don't remember, it's like 4 or 6 hours or something.
That's the N95.
Your cloth ones that you wear don't do a lot except for catching a little bit of spit, because what happens is that over time, you know, you still are able, so it's depending on the amount of exposure. Like, it'll help a bit if you're just wearing it quickly, but if
And
you are
wearing a mask essentially lessens by a small amount your ability to give it to someone else, but they certainly don't stop you getting it from other people, because you can still catch other people's spittle and whatnot on your skin and whatnot, and then move it into your eyes or your nose or your face in other ways. So yeah, masks are to stop you giving it to everyone else more than you receiving it from everyone else. As far as I understand it.
and I think it will still help a little bit, but again, it's about what the mask is made out of and how much time, and yes, all of your other things like hand washing, and you know, whether you actually get into a direct stream of someone else's bits or not.
That not touching your face, Bizzo, is quite important if you're not sanitizing constantly.
Hmm. Hmm.
What else?
I don't have anything.
Righto. We should finish it then. I'm surprised I made it through with my silly hat on all the way.
But why? Because, like, you know,
Well,
people wrap bits of
realistically,
cloth around their head all the time.
no, my main concern was that it was going to remain hot and that I'd just have to tie my hair up anyway, but the clouds have come over and it's cooled down significantly, so I haven't had to tie my hair up.
Yeah, well, it was threatening to storm before, but it doesn't look like it will, and it's heavy and hot here.
What was the last bit?
It's heavy and hot.
Mm.
Try and look.
It's funny how my weather, when it was hot earlier, said 22 degrees. Now it feels cooler and it says 26 degrees. And also, in relation to that, when it was 22 earlier, it said mostly cloudy and there was barely a cloud in the sky. Now it says mostly sunny and it's mostly clouds.
Probably following the wrong weather station. It's like out over some other side of town.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I used to have the weather app on my telephone, which was the weather station for it is like 400 meters that way over on top of the hill. So that was the most accurate one. But now I'm just looking at the one on my computer, which, you know, just says Mullumbimby. So I don't know which weather station in Mullumbimby it takes its feed from. Look like a pirate in that hat, do I? Arrgh. Caleb's not here to enjoy my R's. Oh, I have to show you at some stage too. Cichlids 23. Do you remember him from the old days? He's got some wicked photos of a tree house that him and Candy went and visited that you'd probably enjoy. It's bloody gorgeous. I mean, is it really a tree house? It's like a stilted house amongst trees and stuff. It's kind of a tree house, but it's gorgeous. I'd like to find one of them around here and go and habitate it for a while.
I like the trees, but I have, like, I do, and I would love to have somewhere up in trees and things, but I also really like having a house. What I think is really a thing is having a house that you can walk straight out into the level of being on the earth. I've found that I don't actually like if you have to go upstairs and you live separate off the earth. There's something about being able to come in and out that makes your whole day, because you can just come out and come in, and I like that very much. I think that's why I like yeah, when you're like up in the hills and the mountains where there's a lot of forest all around you, but you're still and then it would be nice to have like a tree house, like a room that you go up into just to hang out for the purpose of being up there in that space. Yeah, that would be nice.
You got to come down sooner or later. Oh, nice one,
I
Huawei. Huawei, you're on fire today, mate. Well done. Rapid fire. And yeah, Vince, it's been a very, very, very mild summer for us so far, except for the last 2 days have been quite warm, whereas we've had, actually Christmas Day was probably 26 or 27 as well. It was a little bit warmer than the others. But yeah, we've had a very mild summer so far, which makes me fear for what February is going to bring, because that's generally our hot month. I feel it's going to make up for the lost time.
Yeah. Well, I'm scared for the coming years because they reckon that this wetter, cooler time is coming to an end, and then we're going to suffer again in, terrible heat and dryness. And
Has to
that's the
happen
worst.
sooner or later. I said it has to happen sooner or later.
Does it though?
Yeah, we live in the tropics, kind of subtropics, I guess we are.
Yeah, I guess at least if it's hot and wet, but when it's really hot and really dry and then you've got no water, I guess you don't have that because you live in town. But you've got no water in your tanks, but it's stinking hot. And all the creeks are dried up, so you can't go swimming anywhere and get cool. And there's all the, bushfire risks and stuff too.
That was a frog. That was a brown tree frog. I can't see it, but I just know they're cool. Yeah, my water tanks are completely full, but I can't use any of the water because the pump's got a bloody huge crack in it. So I can't even gravity feed because all the water goes out of the crack in the pump and won't. That completely negates gravity's impact on the water feed. So it won't force the water through.
Still.
What?
But I said you better do something about that.
Yeah, I got to buy a new pump.
Still, you've got town water, so.
Chewy, you'll always have the long hair of a Wookiee I bet. I have a strange feeling that when January and February roll around and it starts getting warmer, I might reconsider mine. But we'll see. Sarah's made it a few years with long hair. I should be able to push through.
I keep thinking about cutting mine, but not very much. Just like to boob level, maybe. Is where I'm thinking. So it's not a huge difference in terms of hot or cold. But I was suggesting to Soren, because he's got the long hair and he likes having the long hair, but he's hot and itchy and everything. And I was saying you should just get maybe undercut it or something, so he gets less knots and is cooler, but he's still got his long hair. We'll see.
Well, my main reason for why I shave off these bits, and I'm overdue to get someone else to do the bits that I can't do, the undercuts at the back and around the sides, is because if I don't do that, my hair just goes out sideways in a big triangle. So I've worked out that with the slicing off the side bits and a little bit of the back bits, I get less pyramid head. Undercut with a mad design, yeah. Maybe that's how you can tempt him into the undercut. Carve some wicked pattern into it.
He might like that. I don't know how to do that though. How do you carve it into the hair? You just shave it not that short, but then how do you actually need a nose trimmer or something, and then you draw with that? How do you?
Most clippers will do it. You're probably better off with normal clippers than nose trimmers, because I think nose trimmers won't give you much accuracy unless you
I would imagine that
forwards over the same spot.
I've never used or actually seen nose trimmers, so for some reason I'm imagining that they have a point, whereas with the other clippers I'm imagining it has a huge head. So how do you draw an intricate design with a giant flat head?
Well, the battery pair that I use has different size heads on it, and one of them is maybe a centimetre wide. So when you need to do, you can use it perpendicular, and then when you need to get intricate, you go the other way perpendicular, and then just go like these ones.
We'll see. I will talk to him. You know what I'm going to have to talk to him about is how he won't clean up the kitchen, and that's his job to do. And I just realised I got to cook dinner. He has still not done it.
Maybe you say, clean the kitchen or I'm cutting all your hair off.
Imagine doing that to your kids.
Never. I've never told any of my kids to get haircuts. They've always been in charge of their own haircuts.
Yeah, cutting their hair and doing things to their body against their will sounds pretty
abusive.
Yeah.
G'day, GRB. How are you, mate? Yeah, that's why I think the reason why I was like that with my kids was because my hairdos as a kid were very heavily dictated by my parentals. But they let me have a mullet in the 90s.
Yeah, I might be grateful. I wanted to cut my hair really short at some point when I was a kid.
And you weren't
nobody
allowed.
would let me cut it. I wasn't allowed.
G'day, George. G'day, Gaffer.
I got allowed to get a bob. but you can't go shorter than that. I wanted like boy hair. Because you see, I wanted to be a boy. I wasn't allowed.
And now you wouldn't even think of a bob.
Well, I definitely wouldn't think of a bob. I never thought of a bob really. I like probably accepted it at the time because guess I
As
wasn't
close
brave
as you
enough
can
to
get.
just hack off my own hair.
You could always just
Should
go
have
buzz cut
done that,
out
and
again.
I would have just had to go with it, and I would have had my short hair. And they would have let me cut off all my hair and just wear like pants. Or like that.
Oh, nice one, GRB. I did a 1 o'clock last week sometime. It wasn't even the mushroom night, I don't think. I think it might have been Boxing Day into the 27th. And do you remember if that was the day when I slept until 1 in the afternoon? I haven't done that for years.
Hmm.
Or it might have just been.
It was only the other day though. It wasn't
It
very long ago.
might have been New Year's Day or the 2nd, catching up on all the previous shit. Anyway. But yeah, that's just your body saying you need to have a little rest, a little bit of a longer rest than that one.
Well, my body has been saying that and making me really sad about having to go back to work because my body, it turns out, really loves having a nice, good sleep.
Mm-hmm.
My body wants 11 good hours of sleep every night. Then it's all right and it can cope. Not super well, but better than otherwise. And if I don't have that much sleep, then I walk around all day feeling like I'm a zombie. I just can't function properly. And I feel exhausted and headaching from like pushing through how exhausted I feel. But I realized that if I have to get up at 6 in the morning or a bit before, and I want 11 hours of sleep, I will go to bed at 7 o'clock at night. And realistically, by the time I go to work and come home and make dinner, I don't get to bed by 7 o'clock at night.
Lucky you're great at your job, though, so you can just push through.
Ah. Lucky.
All right, shall we call it quits here? We just seem to be rambling now. Unless anyone's got any other awesome hairstyle stories to tell. Yeah, no, yeah. All right, I take it that's an agreement, is it? You're happy to go and cook dinner now instead of being here?
Yeah, better.
Oh, which Craig's having a stream? Let us know, Adele, which Craig is it? Broderick. He doesn't stream, does he? Wait and see, and we might be able to send some people off there. Maybe not. I don't know if I've ever seen Brothers do a stream. Thanks, Huawei. There's a link to Craig's live stream, everyone, if you want to go along to there, if you're not ready for bed and stuff. And we'll disappear and go and do our own things. Yeah, still afternoon, Alyssa. It's 5:40 in the PM. Ah, Craig's Catfish Cave, right. Thank you. Craig Donger. I think that word has a meaning in Australian language. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with us, Gungy. What?
It has multiple meanings, doesn't it?
Probably. But it's still a funny word. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks, super extra special thanks to Replay Team 6. I know 2 hours 40 is a short one for you guys to experience. But even though 2 hours 40, you're still a bloody lunatic, aren't you? You know you are. Thanks to Joel and Josh for earlier and stuff. And everyone for just being nice and chatty and friendly in the chat. It's a good time. I enjoy being around all of you people. Don't care what colour your skin is when I say you people. So, yeah, we'll just go. We'll piss off and go and... Oh, I've got to preheat the oven. Thank you for reminding me. What else was I going to say? Check out the handbag video. Oh, it's not really a handbag, is it? It's a tote bag video on Sarah's Instagram.
It's a handbag. I don't know. I'm not
Check
very
out-
lazy.
Check out the treehousey kind of building on C23's Instagram. And, you know, check out all of the good stuff that you can do for your fellow human beings when you're out and about scratching your bum and stuff. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you.